So, a recurring issue which I constantly see in my DMs, people asking me questions, and a thing which I personally faced starting out was how do I go about signing international clients? Hey Krishnav, I want to sign international clients, but I'm worried they might not want to work with me, and how should I go about it, right? And I want to put an end to this question for once and for all. This is a question a lot of freelancers, agencies, people who are just starting out with their agencies feel, and I feel like it's a very dumb question. Honestly, like I feel like when I was just starting out, and now looking back, I feel like I was so dumb, having issues or feeling having that limiting belief that I cannot reach out to international clients or work with them was absolutely like rubbish. Rubbish mindset. It really comes down to mindset at the end of the day. There is part communication which happens, where communication is important, and how would you communicate with someone across the globe, right? And that does have a learning curve to it, especially coming from like India. I come from like a third world country, a developing country, right? And I have people from like Africa, smaller European countries, neighboring countries in Southern Asia contact me and DM me in my Instagram or Messenger about their worry of signing clients and how they are not able to execute or reach out to international clients because they feel like they might not be able to communicate well. They feel like it's gonna be a hassle, and it's just basically a scare. They feel scared reaching out to, right? So first of all, like before we start with anything, I just want to say at the end of the day, this does come down to your belief and your mindset and how have you matured it. So like at the end of the day, this is a limiting belief. Like even coming from India, I face this limiting belief. This is a false belief which I had, where I cannot reach out to clients. I'm worried about reaching out to clients. So when I was just starting out, I used to cold call businesses. I used to cold call like dentists and firemen and cleaning services to get them as clients. Bad move, but still I did try, right? And I used to call them, and it was my first time calling internationally to someone. I did not even know like the voicemail culture. It does not even exist in my country. So like what am I supposed to do when they pick up? How do I interact? How do I speak with the gatekeeper? It was such a big worry for me, but over time it's something which comes with learning curve, but I made sure and that I learn it and I'm not scared of it, because the way I went about it was that I know I have to achieve this goal. I need to sign the client anyhow. I don't care if this comes on my scare, but if this makes me money, if this helps my business grow, I have to do it. And I used to cold call every single day to about like 20, 30, even more at that time. A lot of people did not pick up calls, which I understood later, but it comes with learning. And I used to reach out, and eventually over time I started getting better at it. And even with you, like for example, now I run an e-commerce like consulting agency, right? And when we're doing our outbound prospecting, we're reaching out to people via usually via Loom or email. And now I have like zero worries of who am I reaching out to. It's much more easier than cold call as well, because you're not getting a direct objection or rejection, right? So if you're in a similar industry to me, you should not even like think a bit about how would you reach out to, how would you work with them, etc., right? Because at the end of the day, if you know this, like business has no bias, right? Value which you provide to that business has no bias. It cannot be biased. If a guy from US is producing poor results as an agency to their client, and then you come in, you have solid case studies, and you are confident about your service, or if you do not have case studies, you're offering like something like a guarantee or something, right? Then they're gonna choose you. Like they do not care about the communication gap. At the end of the day, if you make them money, they make you money, right? So if you can bring results, if you can bring value to the business that you're selling to, no one cares what race you're from, what language you speak, are you Asian, are you white, no one cares, right? One thing which does pop in is English, which is like which is the biggest communication gap between two people from across globe. The way I went about like improving my English coming from like a town, basically a town, was that I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, which is not the best thing to do, but this is what got me the way I speak. I used to first understand how people are speaking, then I used to speak how people are speaking, and the people I'm looking at, how they are going about talking so freely without any obstruction, right? And the second thing is just having calls, cold call or sales calls, right? The more calls you have, the more comfortable you are speaking the language English or any other language, the local language which you're trying to reach out to, right? So try YouTube to learn English. And second would be obviously have meetings, connect with people. Even if you cannot have sales calls, if you're not having enough sales calls or cold calls, just reach out to people from your same industry, connect with fellow agency owners. If you're a freelancer, connect with fellow freelancers, right? Hop on a call with them, and maybe you guys can help each other out, connecting with two different aspects of the globe, right? This is how you make friends as well outside the country. I have so many friends at this point across the globe, and it's only because I was able to start to communicate. I was really poor when I started out in my communication skills. With like my first meeting, I do still have the recording of like my first meeting. I used to sound like a girl, and like from going from that first meeting to now having meetings is such a drastic change within just a span of like 2 or maximum like 3 years. Not even like 3 years, just 2 years, right? So at the end of the day, like just ask yourself, why do you think, why do you have the belief, why are you scared of reaching out to those clients? Okay, and just question yourself that can you bring value to the business you're reaching out to in any form, whatever service you're providing. And if you think you're confident you can, then there's no question about like you're scared. Just go on, just pick up the phone, dial it, and call someone. Okay, and if someone is biased to you, okay, when you're calling them, and even on meetings, if they are biased to you, well, that's not even a client we want to work with, right? We don't want to work with someone who's biased towards you, who would rather choose someone from the same city and get poor results than work with you, who can get them better results, but it's just like 1,000 to 2,000 kilometers away from you, right? Then we definitely want to work. We do not want to work basically with clients like this. We want to work with clients who have no bias. They care about their business. They want to grow it, and they will not. They will choose you if you can produce results for them. Okay, so I hope this solves this issue for you, and if there's an issue, if you feel like someone else is facing as well, communicating with people abroad, then please share this video to them as well. Okay, but that's basically it. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below, or you can personally reach out to me on Instagram as well. Just DM me, even on Messenger, anything works. I'd be happy to help. So have a good day, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.